This was no ordinary exam. It was for a job that paid millions of dollars. But when all the candidates looked at the test paper, there wasn't a single question on it. The entire page was blank. Everyone was shocked. Then a woman smiled confidently and started writing. But as soon as she began writing about herself, a security guard walked over and removed her from the exam. She had broken a rule. The test paper was not supposed to be damaged in any way. Seeing this, the other candidates got nervous and immediately put their pens down. Before the exam began, the examiner had explained 3 rules. Do not damage the test paper. Do not speak to the security guards or the examiner. And do not leave the examination room. At the end, he asked, "Does anyone have any questions?" But nobody said a word. Out of fear, everyone remained silent. Time kept passing, and the tension kept growing. Then Mark came up with an idea. The rule only said they could not speak to the security guards or the examiner. It never said they couldn't talk to each other. He quietly started talking to the candidates sitting next to him. When nobody stopped him, everyone realized they were allowed to communicate with one another. Then Lucy said, "Maybe the questions are written in invisible ink." Everyone held their papers up to the light, trying to find hidden questions, but nothing appeared. Then Annie noticed the backup lights mounted on the wall. Mark picked up a chair and smashed the main light. Then the others joined in and broke the remaining lights in the room. After that, blue emergency lights turned on, but still, no questions appeared on the paper. Then Sarah used the pointed heel of her sandal to break the remaining lights as well. Now the room was lit with red light, but that made no difference either. The test papers still looked completely blank. Then Mark came up with another idea. He picked up the test paper that belonged to the girl who had been removed and started drawing random lines on it. Nothing happened. Then he tore the paper apart and told David to spit on it, but that attempt failed as well. Then Lucy had a new idea. She noticed the fire alarm and walked over to the security guard. She took a lighter from his pocket and tried to start a fire beneath the alarm, but it didn't work because there was no smoke. So Mark handed her a test paper. Lucy set the paper on fire. Immediately, the fire alarm went off and water started pouring throughout the room. Everyone quickly held up their test papers, hoping something would finally appear, but even then, no questions became visible. Meanwhile, the exam was almost over. Then Lucy noticed that her own test paper was missing from her desk. In reality, the paper she had burned was her own test paper, and that had been Mark's plan all along. Lucy had tried to play the game, but ended up becoming a pawn herself. Because she broke the rules, she was removed from the exam.